Will Tesla's 4,680 battery cell delays impact Cybertruck production? Earlier this month, Tesla battery cell supplier Panasonic announced that it will delay the commercial production schedule of 4,680 cells. Some wonder if the news could affect the production of the Tesla Cybertruck, which is set to begin deliveries later this year. According to Panasonic's previous guidance, the company planned to begin production of its 4,680 cells between April 2023 and March 2024. However, the electronics manufacturing giant now plans to start 4,680 cell production between April 2024 and September 2024 via Reuters. Panasonic has decided to delay production to enhance 4,680 cell performance even further. The company has been working on producing 4,680 battery cells for years in collaboration with Tesla, but the two have yet to do so at high volumes. Tesla introduced the new 4,680 form factor cells at its Battery Day event in 2020. The automaker set up a pilot production facility for the cells at its Fremont factory, codenamed Roadrunner at the time. Shortly after Battery Day, both Panasonic and Tesla announced plans to set up a joint pilot production line at Tesla's Gigafactory in Sparks, Nevada. However, Tesla hasn't commented on how many cells this pilot plant is actually producing. Panasonic has another pilot production line for 4,680 cells at its factory in Wakayama, Japan. Tesla also started a production line for the cells at its Gigafactory in Austin, Texas in 2021. Since then, the automaker has constantly upgraded the facility to speed up cell output. According to Tesla's latest report on 4,680 cells, the electric carmaker was producing 868,000 units of these cells per week. This would barely be enough to make 1,000 Model Y battery packs, and Giga Texas alone recently reached a weekly production rate of 5,000 Model Ys. Panasonic's schedule change is likely to impact the integration of the new cell into existing vehicles, and it could also affect Cybertruck volume production. In February, Tesla CEO Elon Musk confirmed that the Cybertruck is slated to begin production later this year. Tesla is already manufacturing alpha prototypes of the Cybertruck at Giga Texas. Using Giga press casting machines from Italian manufacturer IDRA, Tesla is getting closer to the Cybertruck's final production start each day. The automaker is continuously trying to scale 4,680 cell production, both at Giga Texas and at its Cato Road building near the Fremont factory. However, it isn't yet clear how many Cybertruck battery packs the facilities can support per week quarter-year. Tesla's internal 4,680 cell production may not be adequate to supply enough cells for volume production of the Cybertruck. Previously, Tesla was aiming to scale up Cybertruck production in 2024, though it's also unclear if this will be affected by Panasonic's delays. Alternatively, Tesla could discontinue the sale of Model Y with 4,680 cells in them and divert the supply to Cybertruck production. Still, a Model Y has a roughly 70 kWh battery pack, while the Cybertruck is set to be much larger than the Model Y, requiring a larger battery pack. Tesla hasn't yet disclosed the capacity of a Cybertruck battery pack. Tesla and Musk have yet to comment on how Panasonic's decision might affect plans to scale up Cybertruck production. However, the two have collaborated closely for years, so Tesla may have already been aware of Panasonic's plans. Source: reposted and summarized from Evanex at Inside EVS. Tesla investors still heavily support Elon Musk amid turmoil. Tesla CEO Elon Musk has always been outspoken and controversial. However, some people may argue that he's dialed it all up a notch, or perhaps 100 notches, in the more recent past. Regardless of any of the happenings during the last year or so, Tesla's shareholder support for the CEO is overwhelmingly positive. In the recent past, Elon Musk starred on SNL and admitted to the world he's got Asperger's syndrome. He bought Twitter after much chaos, and he's become highly political on social media. The CEO has been accused of being absent from Tesla, destroying Twitter, becoming a far-right supporter, and more. Despite any of the above, in a recent re-election vote for the Tesla board, Musk was not only the most popular, which may have been expected, but also the person who received the lowest number of votes against. Tesla made the official results of the vote public this week. It's not even close. Approximately 95% of voters were for Musk, while less than 5% were against. Robin Denholm didn't fare nearly as well, though it's obvious she's appealed to a majority of Tesla shareholders who voted. Meanwhile, J.B. Straubel really impressed with his return to Tesla via the board member position. Regardless of the votes, if the Tesla board had true concerns over Musk and/or his behavior, other commitments, overall message, etc., it could choose to dismiss him. Even if the board itself isn't initially concerned, there are often shareholders looking out and alerting the board if they feel something has gone astray. The board must take that information and analyze it to decide if an action should be taken. Shareholders vote for who gets a seat on the board, but they can't fire a CEO. If the votes were stacked overwhelmingly against Musk, it would then be the board's job to figure out how to move forward. What do you think? Did you have the impression more Tesla shareholders would vote against Musk after all the controversies have been mounting? Let us know your take on all of this by starting a conversation in the comments section below. Source: reposted and summarized from Stephen Loveday at Inside EVS. Tesla Model Y owner shares 8 reasons to avoid the electric SUV. Matt Donatel, the owner of 2 Tesla Model Ys, has shared important points to keep in mind before buying the electric SUV. In his ownership review, he has shared the lifestyle changes electric vehicle ownership demands, shedding light on the charging process, tire wear, regenerative braking, range anxiety, service, and more. Donatel owns a 2022 Tesla Model Y Performance and a 2021 Model Y Long Range, both in the dual-motor, all-wheel drive layout. The former delivers an EPA-estimated 303 miles of range and can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.5 seconds. The latter can drive up to 330 miles on a full charge and accelerates from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.8 seconds. Tesla does not reveal the battery size, but rough estimates suggest that the performance and long-range versions might have 81.0 kilowatt-hours of battery capacity. One of Donatel's key reasons to avoid a Tesla is the service experience. He says Tesla's popularity among EV buyers can put a strain on the service network, which is still growing and trying to keep up with the increasing demand. He adds that the wait times for customers seeking appointments can be long and potentially cause inconvenience. Another drawback of owning a Tesla is the lack of Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Both systems are popular in cars today and allow customers to mirror their smartphone features onto the car's infotainment systems. Tesla, on the other hand, uses its proprietary software, which Donatel says surpasses the capabilities of Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Donatel has listed 6 other points to remember before purchasing a Model Y, but we won't spoil them all. He has also shared solutions to potential problems owners might face after transitioning from a gas car to the Model Y. Which of its 3 variants would you pick: performance, long range, or all-wheel drive? Source: reposted and summarized from Suvrat Kothari at Inside EVS. Tesla adds made-in-China vehicles to its Canadian inventory. Tesla has officially added made-in-China Model 3 and Model Y vehicles to its Canadian inventory, confirming the American EV maker has shipped vehicles from its Shanghai Gigafactory to North America. According to Drive Tesla Canada, we previously reported that Tesla was preparing an initial shipment of Model 3 vehicles for the Canadian market back in November 2022. Based on a Reuters report, with a second shipment reportedly heading towards North America this month, which will reportedly include Model Y performance units. Now, Tesla's website shows a handful of Model 3 and Model Y units in the company's Canadian inventory that feature the LRW lettering in their VINs, which is assigned to cars built at the Chinese factory. As per Drive Tesla Canada, which reviewed the carmaker's website, there were 7 Model Ys ready for delivery in British Columbia, Ontario, and Quebec. These are rear-wheel drive vehicles that feature lithium iron phosphate LFP batteries, giving them a range of 245 miles (394 kilometers) and a 0 to 62 miles per hour (0 to 100 kilometers per hour) time of 6.9 seconds. Moreover, the Model Y RWDs are available in black and red, only with 19-inch Gemini wheels, and only with a black interior. Interestingly, when Reuters published a piece saying that Tesla will export EVs from its Shanghai Gigafactory to the United States, Elon Musk simply replied on Twitter by saying false. However, the outspoken CEO said nothing about Canada, where a $5,000 countrywide incentive is available for buying an EV manufactured anywhere in the world, plus any other regional incentives that may be offered. Tesla is presumably going down this route to take advantage of all the different tax credits and incentives that are active in Canada and the United States. While Canada accepts foreign-made EVs, the story in the United States is a bit different. Courtesy of the Inflation Reduction Act, which requires a certain amount of battery components to be made in the U.S. to qualify for a tax credit, be it $3,750 or $7,500. At the same time, Tesla is likely pulling all the stops to use its Fremont and Austin Gigafactories to deliver as many EVs as possible inside the United States as possible. Source: reposted and summarized from Julian Nystrom at Inside EVS. Can Tesla semi-compete with established automakers? Heavy-duty electric trucks are hitting the highways. After years of conducting pilots, fleet operators are starting to place substantial orders. And both long-established OEMs and startups alike are ramping up production. During a recent conversation with Rustam Koker, once charging infrastructure lead at Daimler Trucks North America and now a consultant. Watch for the full interview in the next print issue of Charged. I asked which truck manufacturers he thinks are the most likely to lead in the electric brave new world. Koker praised Volvo Trucks, Freightliner, a U.S. subsidiary of Daimler, and, in the European market, Daimler Truck and the Traton Group, a subsidiary of Volkswagen. He also favorably mentioned newer entrants such as Motiv and Proterra. However, it's another newcomer to the heavy-duty vehicle market that really stands out. Tesla, obviously, they've got a great product, said Rustam. We talk about Gen 2, Gen 3 with the OEMs right now, and maybe PACCAR and Navistar are on Gen 1, Gen 2. Tesla is on Gen 5 because they built that truck from the ground up to be electric, which none of the major OEMs have yet. They'll get there, but honestly Tesla is that many more jumps ahead. Koker sees Tesla's shift to LFP battery chemistries as a positive development for the whole industry. You're already seeing LFP batteries on the Tesla Semi, which is interesting. Now they think maybe they don't need a 500-mile range. Maybe they can get by with 300. Well, that helps the OEMs out there that can just barely reach 300. There's a lot of use cases for 300-mile trucks out there, so let's do that with LFP batteries. Iron phosphate batteries are great because they're durable, they're cheap. They're a little heavy and they're not quite as energy dense as some of the other chemistries, but they're a good fit for commercial use. However, technical superiority alone may not translate to market leadership. An unfortunate truism in the commercial EV space is that fleet operators tend to insist on years-long pilots before they commit to going electric at scale. Vehicle OEMs have likewise tended to take their time developing new models. But regulation may soon force them to shorten their timeframes, and this could favor established brands. Source: reposted and summarized from Evanex at Inside EVS.